I gotta say, I absolutely love that music presented by Wearable Fandom. Welcome to Wear Mighty Things. This is episode number 59. It's really hard to believe that we're already 59 episodes into this podcast, but it's great to be back with everybody. My name is Dustin, and I am your host. This, my friends, is a podcast all about the Roosevelt's brand and community. If fashion, fandom, and friends sounds like fun, well, then you have come to the right place. To receive all of our content updates, please subscribe to us on YouTube. I'll have another comment about that in just a second, and ring the bell to get notifications of new content as it releases. Today, we are actually coming to you live here on YouTube as well as Instagram. So if you are watching us on Instagram, please throw a little follow on there and give a like to this video. Let us know that you're enjoying what we're doing. And man, it's very encouraging. I got it kind of like going over here on the side just to make sure it looks right. And look, hey, it's me watching me, watching me, watching me. I love it. That's one of my favorite Steve Martin lines from SNL, one of the times he came back to host. Each and every time I am usually here with a co-host, but my co-host has abandoned me. And so we're going to make this a very fun show tonight. In fact, I think we're going to do a little bit of a live call-in show. So if you have connections to us here socially, drop us a message on Facebook or wherever you reach us, and I will give you the link to join in, and you can come on the air, hang out with me, tell me what you love about what's new in Roosevelt's, and we'll just kind of chat and hang out for a few minutes. I also am excited to talk a little bit about the new releases from the Roosevelt's, which we, of course, just today we had the big drop for SpongeBob SquarePants, which is cool. It's not the first time they've done SpongeBob, but it is something very worth talking about. And earlier this week, continuing with the sea thing, they had the Riches of the Rough Seas, which was sort of a pirate-themed drop. And we're going to talk about all of that and more. In fact, actually, some really unique and interesting drops that happen to be observed by people not in the normal way. And of course, today we're celebrating just a little bit about the Olympics is going on right now. And in case you're watching this from some point in time in the future, and the Roosevelt's HQ has some killer hockey jerseys with the Roosevelt's teddy bear on them. And if you have the best goal celebration to back up and support the U.S. team in the Olympic hockey, then you're going to win one of those absolutely killer hockey jerseys. And I got to say, I want one. I need to actually get my I need to get my jam on. I need to get a celly. I need to get a goal celly. And I'll be looking for some feedback from the audience as to what would make sense to do. Before I get started, though, I am excited to tell you guys about what I am wearing. And yes, somebody in the comments there, the great Captain Coach co-host Rhonda Pody had said, "Great shirt, Dustin. You, my friend, are right. This is the Star Wars Celebration Troopers. This was one of my whales, and I just showed up today, and I'm really thrilled to be wearing it on the show today. It's absolute banger. This was, I don't think I have too many more whales. What I'm looking for are South Pacific. If any of you remember the South Pacific drop, I need the shorts. That's not quite a whale though. That's like a common that I just need to buy and find somewhere. But this shirt is an exclusive. It was from the Celebration, Star Wars Celebration in London 2 years ago. So this one's pretty rare, and so I had to give up some darling shirts to get this, but I am happy to have it. And it's not a shirt I'm going to wear every day. It's a pretty big whale for a lot of people, and so I'm just thrilled to have it. So thank you to everybody who's let me know when one of these has gone up for sale. All right. So let's see. We've got some folks hanging out. Let's check in and say hello to everybody. We've got Danimal here saying LFG. I know he doesn't mean looking for group. He means something else. We've got Ron here. We talked about him already. Danimal says, "Get that youth audience." And I can see the actual little well, you guys are not watching it, but let me show you what it looks like. Oh, hey, there's a bunch of folks over here saying hi too. I got to talk to people over here. The comments are actually up above. Good to see you. I see Chris is here. Hey, Chris Roosevelt's chatter. You guys should follow him on Instagram. Chris was one of my very first folks to send me a message and give me encouragement about what we were doing on Wearable Fandom. He's been a great supporter, super cool guy. One of these days, when he comes to visit the U.S. and goes on a Disney trip, I want to actually meet him, or maybe I'll go overseas and say hello. But great to see you, Chris. Hello, and thanks for showing up. I guess I got to watch both of these now because I can see different folks are here on different channels. So I'll just kind of watch this. Who else? Kevin Delane. Hello, friends. Good to see you, Kevin. Thank you. Thank you. And Ron echoes that that he's trying to get that goal. He's hoping that he's in the running for that jersey. Well, I guess they only have one to give away. So I will I'm gonna root for you instead. I have not put one in yet, but I don't know. I used to play ice hockey. I don't know if you guys know that or if I've talked about that on the podcast before. Before that, growing up in Florida, there wasn't a whole lot of ice hockey, but the Tampa Bay Lightning came in, the Florida Panthers came in, and I learned how to skate. And I just started playing ice hockey in sort of the non-check leagues. It was organized and we played in leagues, but wasn't super duper serious. But so yeah, I didn't score a lot of goals though. I was predictably, I was a big center. My job was to stand in the middle, block the goalie from being able to see it, also known as a screen. And yeah, I just got a message from somebody who wants to come up and get on stage and come in. All right. I have a surprise. And thank you, Captain Coach Co-host. You have sent a message along the way. And I hopefully we're going to see somebody come in just a minute. But oh, hey, there he is. Big Gabe in the house. Big Gabe, I just messaged you. Like, come through, brother. Come through. Come on through. I will hook you up. You've got to get through the tech scan though on your own. I'm on the show live. I can't come do tech support. So assuming you show up in the right place, I will add you to the show and we will say hello to a new friend. In fact, not a new friend, but a new friend to the cast. What is this? All right. Hey, I said we were going to do it and now we're going to do it. Oh, what's up, Gabe?
On? How you doing? What's
My
going
guy,
on?
you made it. You came through.
Yep, I'm here. What's going on?
Can we just talk about how awesome that halftime show with Bad Bunny was?
Beautiful. Perfection. I loved it. Loved every
so
second of it.
It was so cool. So
Yeah.
So Gabe lives out here in my general vicinity in the Bay Area. And we're going to actually be going to the NorCal Roosevelt's meetup in not too many weeks.
We are.
Are you getting excited about that?
I'm very excited. And to go back to the Benito Bowl, it's actually right there about a couple blocks. This is where I live at. I live a few blocks from that way. So
oh, you're in South Bay, Santa Clara.
Yep.
Where? Oh,
San Jose, North San Jose, Santa Clara. Yeah.
Okay. We still count it. The only place we don't count is Fremont. We don't count Fremont in the Bay Area.
No.
Look at a map if you want to know. Fremont is like the armpit of the Bay. But yeah. What did you think of the Super Bowl overall? Were you excited? Are you a big fan of defense, or do you prefer the numbers going up high?
So I am a Raiders fan. I know, boo, but it was very nice to see. It was very nice to see the Seahawks win in the Niners Stadium. So that was enough for me.
I was as usual. My team almost never makes it, so I'm usually on Team Meteor. And I want to get a jersey. In fact, I'd love to get a hockey jersey that says Team Meteor because it's very rare that the Stanley Cup Finals has a team that I care about. But I was happy to see the Patriots lose. I guess that's what I was rooting for. So yes, I guess I was on board with the Seahawks, and of course there are a lot of nice insiders that are also big fans of the Seahawks as well.
Yep, I saw a lot of Pats fans too, though.
What are you wearing, Gabe? Tell us what you're wearing.
So this was gifted to me by a fellow insider from Michael Croteau. Shout out to him.
Nice.
This is one of the reward shirts. And I was actually going to get it. And then he sent it to me in the mail. So I was like, hey, thanks. I appreciate that.
Nice.
I love how bright it is. I love colors. So this worked out for me.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. Well, I'm looking forward to spending. Well, what's the plan on what's the plan on the meetup? Is it multiple days? Like, are you going up there the day before? Or are you going to
I'm
show up the
gonna
day of?
I'm gonna go up Friday, I think. I already got the time off, so I'm gonna head up Friday, see if there's something going on, and then Saturday probably go to Stage 9 in the morning, see if I can
Uh
find
huh.
some cool shirts and stuff. But yeah, we'll see. I'm free all weekend,
Okay.
so I'm there. I'm there.
Yeah, that is. Let's see. That is 2 weeks from this Saturday.
2 weeks.
Can you
I will
believe
see
it?
you
I mean,
there.
this is
I
something
know.
I put it up. I put it up there. I don't know. I feel like I bought the ticket like 6 months ago.
Same. That's how I feel.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Any thoughts you want to share with the insiders community while you're here on the air?
I just want to say much love to everybody. Shout out to you. Shout out to John, Ron, everybody. Thank you for being wonderful, and thank you for being you. Keep up the good work, and I can't wait for more
Yeah.
episodes.
Awesome. Well, thanks. So you made it. You made it. You came
Yeah,
through. I
I
love
did.
it.
All right. I'll see you
All
guys.
right.
Peace.
Peace. Oh, that was so cool. Yeah, Gabe's one of the cool people. There are a lot of cool people that are either from or live out here in the Bay Area. And, we all have the same common feedback about how we don't feel set up for success when it comes to drops. They happen usually at 1 p.m. local time here. And that means you're coming back from lunch or you're in the middle of a meeting or something, and you end up, not necessarily being ready. So you've got to take special care. Oh, I got to switch back over to this. There we go. This is so cool. I'm actually enjoying this. I'm enjoying the Instagram of it all as well. So thank you guys for watching over there. We've got a few other folks who have made a comment here as well. Danimal says he's going to be here. Danimal also from the Bay Area. I'm excited to see you, my friend. And Kevin says I'll be at Hawthorne Hideout too for the meetup. Yes, that's awesome. I didn't book an overnight stay, so I got to think about that. I guess I got to give it a little bit of energy and think about where I'm gonna stay up towards Sacktown, as they call it here. They also call it other names, but I'm a nice person, and this is a rated G show, so we'll leave that out of the conversation. If you are friend of the show and you want to jump on, just like Gabe, you can drop me a message, and I will give you the details. Now, some of you are wondering, where is John? And I know that John is the more popular co-host of this show, and that's okay. That's okay. I understand. And but John went to Orlando, I think, on a last minute trip, and his flight got delayed. And so he sent me a message and said, "Hey, I'm going to join from the plane Wi-Fi." And I said, "No, you're not." Because I already know that that's just going to be one great big old cluster. So I decided to make it a solo show, but it's never solo when I'm here with cool people like you. So if you're interested in jumping in and saying hi, just drop me a message and I will be happy to have you come in. And I got to echo the comments from Big Gabe talking about the halftime show. I really loved it. Bad Bunny is, I like him a lot, but I can't say that I'm a real fan, but I respect artists. And he's definitely, especially in the last couple of years, stepped forward to be a voice of reason, a voice of caring, a voice of love over frustration, irritation, hate. And the show that he put on, I believe, was very similar to the tour where he had the house. I had a friend that went and saw him in Puerto Rico, and he was telling me, he's trying to tell me about, he's like, and there's this house and there's this stuff going on. And I felt like that was a subset of the live show that he put on. Pretty cool. And I really loved that the people were dressed up as grass. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I caught it in the after, that because the NFL is worried about the turf of the field getting messed up, they limited the number of carts that you could bring onto the field because they didn't want those wheels to be tearing things up. And they were really trying to get this really huge set. So instead, what they did was they put people in grass costumes, like basically like tall grass, like palm, not palm fronds, maybe, like with the kind of stuff that you see in the Everglades. And so if you looked around and you saw all that grass, those were people dressed up like grass. I totally I didn't call it, I declared it, but it didn't happen. I declared that the grass was going to have a dance, like a choreographed dance move. I was thinking like all of a sudden the grass is going to go crazy and it's going to be like a left shark moment. And it was going to be fun to just watch the grass do kind of some kind of march. That didn't happen, but I'm still glad that I got to see that. That was really good. And, it would have been nice to see just a little bit more, how should I put it? Scoring in the Super Bowl, scoring, especially in San Francisco. I mean, you've got, Montana, Rice, Young, like there's a lot of scoring that we're used to here in the Bay Area. And that was not the game that we got. So either way, what I'm happy about, football season is over. Why? Because I'm a baseball fan, I'm a hockey fan, and now all we have to compete against is, I guess, NASCAR is coming real soon, and NBA, and those usually aren't too big of distractions for me. All right, let's check it back in here. So Delta King. Okay, it looks like Danimal's staying at the Delta King next door. It's an actual riverboat made into a hotel. What? I might have to go there for our sister channel, The Fandom Traveler, and take a look at that. Where's that bearded guy from last week? You mean Captain Coach co-host? He's got an invite. He's able to come in if he wants to. Ron says People as the Trees was so fun. Yes, and calls out the Daytona 500 on Sunday. I have a little bit of lore for you guys, a little bit of channel lore that may surprise you. I have played a key role in 2 Daytona 500s and 2 Pepsi 400s, and I'll tell that story really quickly, and then we'll move on to maybe our next guest here on the cast. When I was in college, I did a lot of freelance production work, and there was a lot to be done in Central Florida. Lots of things for Disney, big events. Sometimes I was the camera guy. Sometimes I was just the lift heavy things guy. Sometimes I was the sound guy. Sometimes I was the talent guy, and sometimes I was the DJ guy. And that was the way I ended up getting into that. I used to be a DJ in a couple of places. I did nightclubs, but I also did some of the tourist attractions. And so I met people and they said, hey, you want to come and do something like this? Had a friend of mine say, I'd really love you to come and help us at the technical term, program music for the Daytona 500. And I said, of course. Well, I said, how much? That's the first thing I said. And the price was agreeable. So I went and I had an awesome time. And I was in the Winston Tower, lots and lots and lots of security to go through, lots and lots and lots of traffic to go through. But I was up in the tower. I was right behind the ESPN live team. So Dr. Jerry Punch and all of the, was it Kyle Petty? Just like lots of different people who were, some of whom were former racers, some of whom are just experts, the kind of people that you would see on the ESPN broadcast. They were like sitting right behind in front of me, and just they were chatty on commercials and breaks and things like that. And I got to watch the whole race. And then that was repeated again the next year. And then, of course, for the Pepsi 400 as well, that's in July. So it's a little bit of lore. And I wasn't really into automotive racing until I went there. And then I was like, this is pretty cool, but is there a better racing? And that's when I became an F1 fan. And that's a story for another episode. So, but if you are listening and you want, you know what? I should check on, I guess I should check also on, on Instagram if somebody's reached out to me over here. Okay. Oh, okay. Sounds good. All right, so let's move on and give a little bit more chat here to what's going on in the world of Roosevelt's. Let me quickly throw up my screen here. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to look on Instagram, since this is the first time that we have shared here, but let's see. Let's see if we can get a good view here. Okay, that's not the view I kind of hoped for, but maybe it'll look good when I zoom in. So as mentioned, we saw a lot of news. We always get this. We saw a lot of stuff from the SpongeBob, which we'll go over in a minute. But before that, we actually had the Riches of the Rough Seas, which was pretty cool. This was not a, I know I clicked the right line. Oh, okay. Let me do that. Boing. Here we go. Riches of the Rough Seas. There we go. How about that? This was an epic tale of treasure, treason, and swashbuckling scallywags told one shirt at a time. When I read that at first, I thought about it and I was like, hey, you know what? I wonder if there's a story being told across these shirts, because I wouldn't put it past the Roosevelts to do exactly that. So they launched this on Tuesday. It was the drop, and what's really cool, they have these little cutouts here, but you can see, there's a bunch of different designs kind of connected to them, and I thought that was pretty interesting. But let's take a look at the shirts. And in fact, because we have a little bit of extra time, I'll probably go through each one of these and take a look. First up here is the Not So Jolly Rogers, and these are actually individual pirate flags from different historical pirate captains over the years. And so when you look at it, it doesn't necessarily have the uniformity that a typical Roosevelt's design has, which is kind of fun. But you can see that they've captured a number of these flags, and maybe we can get a slightly different view here. Yeah. So from this distance, you can kind of see the names, and there was a close-up. Where's the close-up? Here we go. Maybe the pocket will help us. And by the way, let's give some love to that matched pocket right here. Look at that seam. Yeah. So you've got the different pirate captains' names, and I thought that was pretty cool. I'm not an expert on pirates, but I liked that, and I kind of wonder if this is just sort of the introduction to all of these guys. But the description is kind of cool here. It says, Captain Barnabas Seabaird's nefarious plan to amass the greatest treasure in history begins here. Feast your eyes on the actual Jolly Rogers of some of the most notorious pirates in history. So they've got Black Bart, Blackbeard, etc. So that's pretty cool. And then this is also something that they don't normally do. They say, see what happens next. So Seabeard's scheme, amid the tense times at sea, he called a meeting of all the captains on Tortuga Island to make peace, etc. And it says, see what happens next, and a bottle of rum. So when we click this one actually takes us to the next shirt. And so they've got a description here. Now, these all sold out. The first two sold out entirely. But they say, drink in the immediate aftermath of his sinister plot. Here's to prosperity of all pirates. But as what does it say here? While he and his crew enjoyed some ceremonial rum, he chugged something with a little more kick. The kick is the brine bucket. So the captain poisoned everybody, and it was the greatest coup in seafaring history. And it says next, see what happens next in Shivy Me Timbers. Well, let's take a look at this design. So you've got a lot of different cool rum bottles, and not a matched pocket here, but I love the backfield, the colors here. The bottles look really nice. You can ask, why is all the rum gone? And actually, this shirt looks really cool. This is a really, really nice shirt. I actually liked, in fact, I'll be honest with you, I liked all of these. When we get to the SpongeBob stuff, I'm going to have very different stuff to say. See what happens next. Shiver me timbers. And so it takes us to the next one. And this one's pretty cool. So everybody got poisoned, etc. This is a seersucker shirt, and I actually bought a couple of the Pixar seersucker shirts on the holiday sale, the ones that were going pretty cheap. I actually really love this material, and when you look up close, you see that the pirates are actually like kind of cutting across the vertical stripes of the seersucker. I love that. This guy's got a peg leg, he's ripping through the ropes, and you've got a bunch of different pirates across the shirt. I thought this was a really cool looking shirt. This one's still in stock. I don't know. Maybe people are not big on the seersucker, but I definitely appreciated this shirt quite a bit. Yeah, you got a lot of cool dudes there. Look at the main label also. This is also really cool. The Roosevelt's main label. Look, you've got the logo, and it's actually got the little eye patch on the face. I don't know why they didn't put that in. I haven't seen that anywhere yet, but the seersucker looks killer. So, and I'm glad that one's still in stock because I did not order that one, so I want it. But let's check in on the story. Tortuga Island is now Seasley. So it was time for Seabeard to beat it. They were willing to give their lives to defend the loot. Seabeard makes sure they did just that. Swinging from ship to ship, he and his men make quick work of these swashbuckling stragglers. So he went and basically got all of their boats. But the biggest battle was just about to begin. And then they take us to another link. We click to Days of Plunder, which is the last shirt. And this turns out that mutiny was happening. So Robert Red McCunu, note the brand there. McCunu organized a plan to steal his bounty. McCunu's gang and Seabird loyalists, like what does it say here? If it's the last thing, blah, 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 blah. McCunu and his band of bandits took the loot and the loot-filled remaining fleet and began their voyage to find a new place to call home. And that place would forever remain steeped in Roosevelt's lore. Okay, so let's come back to that. I think I know where this is going now. I think I actually know where this is going. So let's take a look at this shirt. You can see now this shirt basically is showing a pirate fleet battle. You can see some of these boats have sunk. Look at that pocket. It's not matched, but I love that they've got really good positioning of this pirate boat here. You can see a lot of cool stuff here. Nice colors. Is there any special material here? This one's also sold out. Wow. Yeah, these were pretty popular. Nice. And so I thought this was pretty good. And then X marks the spot. What's this? This is the treasure is secured and troubles behind. They named it Kunu Cove. That's where they hid their stuff. Eventually, only McCunu remained. In a trademark act of selfishness, he buried the still hefty remaining treasure, knowing that the riches so grand would turn even the reddest heart black. Before embarking on a new adventure, he passed the secret of the isle's location to his son, who passed it on to his son. Today, the legendary first mate turned captain's great-great-great-grandson still occupies the cove, running a little operation called Camp Kunu. Guys, Camp Kunu. Camp Kunu is the rewards program that the Roosevelts have. But let's take a look at this shirt really quickly. So you've got a really nice map. This is cool. Bunch of different pirate paraphernalia, kegs of rum, compasses, maps, cannons, boats, anchors, and of course, nice dots with X marks the spot and pirate flags. This one's really cool. And one of the things that's easy to lose in the background is the actual silhouettes of the different islands of the Caribbean. And I think, of course, they could be, anywhere. I don't know. One thing I thought that was also interesting here, I didn't look this up, but maybe we'll do this online. Maybe we'll do this during the show. What is the location of these coordinates? Can you guys see this? It says 25 degrees. 98 north, 25 hours, 32.81 minutes. And then west, 15 degrees, 55 hours, 25.1673 minutes. I think that's the correct way to read this. Should we figure it out, like what that is? Let's do that. You guys want to do that? Do you want to find out what this is? Like, what is this pointing at? Gabe says, I bet it's the HQ. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Let's us do it. Let's just do it right now. So let's see. I gotta make sure because I gotta move. Actually, no, I don't. Let me make myself another tab here, and I'll put this down here, and I'm covered up the chat. So if you send me a message, I'm not going to see it right now. But let's see. It's 98. Let's see. Let me see. Nope, not that. We want to say enter GPS coordinates in Google Maps. That's what we want. And so it says, paste the latitude and longitude into the search bar using accepted formats like decimal degrees or degree minutes and seconds. Okay. All right. So that's how we have to do it. All right. So then let's get back there. I know this is a little manual, so please bear with me. But let's see. So it's 98 degrees. What is that format, though? 98 degrees, 25. Crap. It's hard to get the right structure here. But yeah, I bet it is HQ. Let me see. What was that? What did it say? Oh yeah, okay. Got it. Whoops. Rink. Come on. Do the thing. I need the format so I can carry it over and just replace it. There we go. Forward map. All right, let's do that. No, come on. What do you guys think? Any other guesses on what it is? Any other guesses on what this thing could be? Okay, it's not coming across. Search by latitude and longitude. There we go. Boing, 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 boing. Maps. Okay. So it's 98 degrees. Wait a minute. That's a boy band. 25. And then it's 32.8198 north. Okay. No. Okay. 98.25. Did I type it in wrong? Is it Nick Lachey's? Is it Nick Lachey's? Yeah. 98. Hey. What's up, Captain Coach co-host?
How we doing?
I'm struggling here. You guys can't see it, but I'm just like, grr. I'm struggling to copy this over correctly because I'm doing it wrong. Here, let me share this tab instead.
It's got to be something. They're always so clever about things like that. I mean, it's almost like Taylor Swift and all of her little hidden gems and everything. So
yeah,
I gotta imagine that goes somewhere for something exciting.
So I think this is right. Oh, you know what? Maybe I don't have the degrees there. Let's see. And then the other one is 15 degrees. Hold on. That little, I don't know where that little degrees marker is. 15 degrees, and it's 55, and then 25.1673 minutes west. Okay, you guys ready?
All right, drum roll.
Can't find it.
Oh man.
All right, hold on. Let's make sure I didn't type it wrong. I didn't make sure I didn't type it wrong. 98 degrees, 25 hours, 32.8198 minutes. Do I have to do north first? Maybe the sequence is wrong because I did north at the end. No, go back. And then it's west. Maybe I have to do it like this. Near. Can't find it. It can't find it.
Interesting. I don't imagine them just making something up. I mean, maybe it's just me. I'm envisioning that there's like a treasure chest full of whales sitting there somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, here's a good answer. The coordinates 98 degrees 25 are invalid because the latitude component 98 exceeds 90, making it impossible to plot on Earth. Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of that?
All right. There we go.
Is that not 98 degrees? Somebody else have better eyes than I do? Come on. Come on. All right, let's try again. Oh, if I look at it from this angle, it's 48. Yes, thank you, Danimal. It's 48 degrees. That makes more sense. Okay. Let's see. Let's search it. Ooh.
All right, we're getting somewhere.
There's a place. There's a place. Okay. All right. Hold on just a second. Hold on just a second. John, are you really on the plane still?
No, they should pay for that.
John?
I mean, maybe you're not flying Spirit. I mean, other airlines.
Sounds like he's having a private an A and B conversation.
He's having some issues.
Yeah, he's having some issues. Okay, let me try it in the maps again. Okay. So share this tab instead. So here's what it comes up with.
It's just in the middle of the ocean, huh?
It's just in the middle of the ocean. Yeah.
It's the Roosevelt's Triangle.
Wait a second. It's close to Ireland. It's close to Ireland.
The next breakfast balls meetup, right? Is going to be on a golf course in Ireland.
I mean, is this what's there? Nothing. Did I type it right? You know what? I don't think I typed it right. I think I can still improve this. 32.8198 north, and then 1555 25 point, it rounded up 1673. Let's try again. Still the middle of nowhere. It's still America. Yeah. Yep. I see you, John. I see you.
Follow along.
Are you ready to talk to us?
Compliance with this information, as well as with all crew member instructions, flight information signs, and
We're getting flight instructions.
Yeah. Yep. We hear you. All good. All good. I am actively. You got to play along with me here, Ron.
Oh no, dude, you're good. I want to know just as much as anybody.
I am actively interviewing other co-hosts.
Definitely.
All right. Well,
the funny thing is the three, like, we haven't tried a three person show yet. We'll have to do that at some point.
Well, let's try it right now.
The exit nearest you, keeping in mind that the closest exit may be behind you.
No,
John?
he's not on.
If there's a loss of cutter pressure, a mass will drop from the compartments above your seat and lavatory ceiling. Remain seated with your seatbelt fastened.
Hi,
Pull the mask
John.
towards you to start the flow of oxygen. You must remove your face covering.
All right. Well, them's the breaks. Thank you for indulging me. Thank you guys for indulging me on the on that crazy little map thing. So that it shows up at an island somewhere off the southwest coast of Ireland. I wonder what else we should. That's where Camp Cunu is. See the tear. That's where Camp Cunu is. Are you? So what are you doing? What are you out? You're out. Are you out celebrating?
Oh, we're out and about. My daughter had another Battle of the Books meet today, and her team won once again. So they're 2-1 on the season. Then we grabbed some dinner with the in-laws who came to cheer her on, and then we had a couple errands to run before picking Xander up from his climbing team practice. So the family is in Ross, seeing if there's any cool shoes for me while I sit here in the car and chat with you guys.
Wait, you outsource your fit to your family? Your family's buying all your clothes?
Well, the good thing is that I've got the boys, especially Joel. Like they're getting pretty into it themselves, so they know what's going on. They've got some pretty good taste. I'll take credit for that. So I know even just while sitting here, like, I've been getting text messages of things that are probably things that they want to know if they should buy, but I'll wait until we're done.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Well, did you have any opinions or thoughts to share about the pirates, the pirates drop?
I was really bummed. I wanted to grab some stuff from that, and I got caught. I had a meeting that was supposed to end beforehand, and then of course the meeting ran long. So the pirate map one and the one with the ships on it were the two that I really liked and would have gotten. And of course, those are the two that like completely sold out. And especially going on the cruise here coming in May, I thought that those were perfect. Like where on the ship, where on the island once we're there kind of shirts. So I might do a little bit of digging around on BST at some point and see if I can snag one or the other before we get to our get on our trip. But I thought it was a fun drop. I love the write up that John did was super cool and clever. I thought that was fun, and that's why one of the reasons why I think that there's got to be something more to the map, to the coordinates, to all of it, because they seem to have everything kind of woven together somehow. So I wouldn't doubt that there's something out there for somebody more clever than I to figure out.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely something is going on there. So I'm excited to see what that something ultimately becomes, which is good times. Okay, all right. So let's I'm going to shift gears here, and let me see. I wanted to also saw a couple of other fun things that got announced. One connected to MegaCon. Somebody saw in a actual email that they sent out Roosevelt exclusives. This coming actually from the show, and they had this cool gator maze. Which, to be honest, this is a non-licensed product, but the gator maze looked really cool. And I was this is like one where you're like, oh yeah. I definitely know what we're talking about here in terms of Florida. Growing up, these colors, green and orange, gators are everywhere. They teach you that any accumulation of water that you cannot personally see the bottom of, there's an alligator in it. So you see a big puddle like somewhere, you can't see the bottom of it. I just assume there's a gator in it. And this is why a few years ago when people were getting attacked by the gators, even out by the resorts and out by Disney, it's because people just they don't grow up with that same mindset. And so anyways, I appreciated this shirt. It seemed like a really cool get. It's a very nice nod to Florida. I also wonder if this means that the Roosevelts won't do any more Orlando themed stuff, because they've done multiple florals. They did the MCO floral. They did the Orlando orange floral that they had from last year, and they might be a little Orlandoed out. So maybe they're going to do something just a little bit more general. But I will tell you, Central Floridians do not want any of that South Florida or North Florida stuff coming in. So this is about as far as it goes. If we start getting flamingos, people are going to riot.
I thought it was a really clever shirt. I really liked it, and kind of like you were saying, I wonder if it's going to kind of usher in a new era of what they're doing as the con exclusives this year going forward. It's not necessarily a shirt that I would grab or chase, but the colors are fun on it. I like the gator stuff, and like you said, before my grandfather passed, he had a place in West Palm that we would go. We visited him at a couple times, and I think it was like 2008. We went down to go to Disney before we had kids, and we were sitting in his living room, and he had where he lived, had like a little pond kind of between the houses out back, and sure enough, sitting on like the drainage pipe into and out of the pond was this gator just sunning itself, and
Whoops.
having never seen that like in the wild like that, I was like, oh man, like that thing's huge and it's right there, and there's no fences between us or anything. It was pretty wild. So it's cool that they're giving a little tip of the cap to that stuff.
Funny story. I mentioned I saw your comment about my Daytona 500 experience. Yep. Working with a bunch of those people, you accumulate a bunch of favors. Like sometimes you show up, somebody's speakers blow out, you show up and like get them a set of speakers, and they hook you up with a free foursome to play at like a really nice golf course. There's a lot of golf courses in Florida. I suck at golf, Ron. despite my my proclivity for hockey. You know, hockey players when you get eliminated from the playoffs, either before or during, they say you're gone golfing, right? You know, like you guys are going golfing, because hockey players love golf. I'm not a good golfer. I'm like a double the par every hole guy, pick up the ball every single time. But I had a lot of foursomes to play with different people, and we would always just play best ball, so nobody cared.
Yeah.
But it was a routine thing to see a gator sunning itself on the green on some of these courses. So you just see it's like, and you know, we like, can I get a ruling here? You know, if the gator eats my ball, like what happens? What's the penalty? You know, just
it's one of those ones like you think it's gonna be cool to see that in nature, like out and yeah, I've experienced a few times on just some of my walks around Colorado. Like you see that animal like nearby. Like I've been pretty close to a bobcat and things like that, and the first thing that happens is your blood just runs cold because you're like, oh shit, now what do I do?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's cool. I have not. Luckily, I wasn't that close, so I haven't been that close. But like you, I'm not a great golfer. Best ball's the way to go. Me, I prefer to be out there just to drink beers and hit the ball as hard as I can.
And prank people in their golf carts, right?
Right.
Are you one of those? Are you one of those guys? If you if you're not a golfer, you won't know this, but you pull the strap on the bag on the back of the golf course, they pull away, their bag falls off, all their clubs fall off. It's a thing.
We may have flipped a golf cart or two in our time too, but
I was just gonna say, I was like, if we went out with a foursome and one of the carts didn't go in the water, we were we didn't try hard enough.
It's the signs of a good day. You know, for me, some people come in saying they shot, you know, whatever under par. For me, it's like, oh, I flipped the golf cart once. I drank 12 beers. It was a good day.
Hey, for me, I left the course with a ball in my bag. Like I used to lose all my balls. I just lose them all. And if I had one ball left in the bag, I was happy.
I mean, that sounds like a real personal problem, Dustin. That might be a different podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Gabe calls out Dustin has a crazy chance of seeing coyotes and mountain lions coming into the city. It's actually totally true. Up in the Presidio, which is where the Lucas office is, close to where the Golden Gate Bridge is, and all of that fun. In fact, I like having a NorCal event. I want to have a San Francisco event. It is a little spendy and pricey, but it would be really nice to have insiders come up here and just see how beautiful the city is.
It would be fun, and especially because you guys have such a smaller con. I'll tell you, doing the Denver one last year, I thought it being a smaller con actually made it, you know, especially for me hosting my first one last year, it made it kind of perfect where we didn't have too many people. It wasn't too crazy at the con itself. Kind of a more intimate feel. Really got to kind of know, there was 10 or 15 people that we were able to like really spend time with instead of it being like, 50 or 100 people where like you're kind of, politicking, shaking hands, kissing babies, and moving on 100%. To the next one, kind of thing. So especially because you guys have a con kind of similar of size, like it would be perfect at some point to try that.
I flirted with the idea of doing it. I think this conversation has pushed me over, so I will try to do a meetup during the Fan Expo, but it's all the way in November. It's all the way in November.
Well, luckily you've got time to plan it because this year they moved Denver up to May. And so I put in my request to HQ to do a meetup for Denver again this year. And I'm still waiting to hear back from Scotty and the team to give me the thumbs up. But the plan will be there at the end of May when we have the Fan Expo here in Denver again, that, I'll try and put on something probably similar to last year. We'll kind of mirror the days of the con, and after things are kind of slowing down, we'll do stuff in the evening instead of trying to pull people away from it. Seemed to be kind of a good way to go, so everybody could spend the day at the con together and whatnot. And then 6 o'clock we had, we're meeting for beers here, we're doing, barbecue or whatever. So we'll do something similar this year, so it'll be fun.
Okay, all right. There was one other surprise. Actually, my other co-host, Mr. Madigan, actually was the one to spot this one, which was the Psycho Tropical Vacation Package. And John's not big into video games, so he didn't know about Danganronpa. And Danganronpa, for those of you who are not familiar, is a Japanese role-playing game, a video game that where you play as a bunch of high school students, and there's like a whole story about like the whole high school life. And so they had identified a couple of things here, including this reversible psychotropical bucket hat. So there's a kind of a Danganronpa kind of crossover here with the Roosevelts. I don't know where this came from, other than it was called out on this ad for Spike Chunsoft, which is the publisher, and this is for the Switch 2 SKU. So I don't know what they're doing with the Switch. I don't want the Roosevelts working with the Switch guys.
It's cool that they're kind of branching out and doing some of these things with other companies and other brands, and I think that kind of opens up an avenue for them of other things that they can kind of dip into, or just other ways to kind of expand, you know, their footprint and get people into the brand. So you know, not you know, I know the name, never played it, you know, not very familiar, but when I saw that was pretty cool that, you know, they're trying something new, something different.
Yeah, 100%. All right, well, and let's talk about the big guy here. You know, the one who lives in a pineapple under the sea. Absorbent and yellow and porous is he. I love SpongeBob. I really love adult shows in the disguise of children's shows.
Very much, yeah.
And so there have been a lot of well, the Animaniacs maybe just a little bit, but Ren and Stimpy would be a great example of a show that was really a much more mature show than expected. And the first, I don't know, probably 6 or 7 seasons of SpongeBob were kind of like this. It was pretty ridiculous. But you got a lot of history with Mr. SquarePants.
It's funny because, like, I don't know, like, I didn't watch it when it first came out. I was probably a little on the older side and, like, kind of, you know, going off to college and whatnot. And I know that my younger brother, you know, he's 14 years younger, so he got into it. It wasn't until I had kids that I started really watching it and caught on to how good and how funny it was, and kind of went back and, you know, watched through some of the older episodes, and no, it really is good. It's fun. It's not a regular watch, but, you know, I've got a couple SpongeBob shirts in the collection. I've got a couple of pairs of the SpongeBob Nikes. So I was looking forward to seeing what they had in today's drop. I didn't get anything though. What caught your eye?
None of them.
Man,
this was that rare time where, you know, I'm happy and excited for people who love SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob. That's why I led with that. None of these shirts were doing it for me. I think the closest one I thought was really cool was this chocolate shirt. Chocolate, which, you know, is great. I always love when they have you know, the fish. And they have the old librarian / DMV lady. I saw her over here on the arm. She's like, ah. Yeah, this one was kind of cool from a visual, but it also was a little bit of a throwback to that Wonka bar shirt. Like,
I was thinking very similar color tones, and it's very much so. Yeah, I thought that one was fun. You know, there's so many memes that go along with that too. So it was. You know, that I thought that was definitely a hit.
Still no pickles.
Still no pickles. I liked the one that had, like, kind of all the members of Bikini Bottom on it.
Yeah, that's kind of a classic. That was fun. That's like the toy box shirt.
Exactly. It's a typical Roosevelt style, and they've done, you know, Rick and Morty has one like that, and some of the other. You know, so I like it, and I think it's fun. I didn't need it though, so I passed.
Yeah, same here. The meat shirt was kind of fun too. You know, it's a cool throwback. Meep. Yeah, this is a cool throwback. But, you know, again, none of these like jumped out and bit me in the face. So I'm thinking. Do you have any memorable SpongeBob quotes that you want to share, since we can't really
I'm probably not that big enough a fan to really have one. I will say that, like, my favorite character is probably Patrick. I don't know, I find him more enjoyable than SpongeBob.
Hi, SpongeBob.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hi, SpongeBob. Hi, SpongeBob.
But this was one of those ones, like, I was excited. I'm glad a lot of people did find things that they really liked. I'm glad that there have been several recently that I've been able to take a break from and save the money for hopefully something bigger and better at some point.
Totally. And some of the opportunities when shirts come in, like there's a new drop, especially if it's an evergreen property like this one, they'll also go through and restock a lot of the old shirts. And when I look at like the Pretty Patties, one of my favorite episodes is the Pretty Patties episode. That one's great. These even these breakfast balls, like the neighborhood with the tiki head and the pineapple and the rock where they all live. Just the bikini bottom, like the background that I chose. Like there's a lot of they've had a lot of really inspired designs. And so I don't want to dig on these. These are fine. I just none of them really kind of jumped up and said you gotta.
And it's one of those properties too that because I'm not a huge fan, like I've got a couple. I don't. It's not one that I need 3, 4, 5. Like I'm at almost 370 shirts right now, so the chance of me getting back to wearing one of those anytime soon is
yeah for sure.
Playing a numbers game at that point.
Danimal has continued to do the research and said that confirmed location is the middle of North Atlantic. The HQ is as he gives us the Latlon of the Hoboken office, and then he follows up with missed opportunity. You damn right it is. That was especially you gotta put those numbers on there, make those numbers. It's right in the middle of the chest. Like it's something that's people are gonna look at that. If I saw that shirt on a random person I didn't know, I'd be like, what do those numbers mean?
Well, do we know anybody with a boat and some dive equipment? Because maybe maybe there's still something there. We don't know until we get somebody to get down there and check. There, maybe there's some buried treasure. A couple Krakens or something in a chest down there.
You know what? Maybe we shouldn't sell ourselves short. Maybe there is something to it all. But being in the North Atlantic Ocean right now is not the place I want to spend time. I'm going to wait till it warms up by quite a lot before I would go. Gabe is clearly a huge SpongeBob fan. He's got a few quotes, simple quotes. My leg, oh my God, my leg. SpongeBob, that was awesome, dude. Hey, where's my drink? My diet Dr. Kelp. He keeps referencing that same episode where the guy keeps complaining about the Krabby Patties and still no pickles.
Still no pickles.
What do I when the Denim Dan came out, the jacket, that was the only time that HQ ever sent anything to me, and they said, hey, try this on and then like tell people what you think. They didn't ask me to say anything specific. They just said, hey, you're doing a great job. Here's the thing. And so when I did mine, I used that opportunity for a SpongeBob quote. You can go back in Insiders and find this. And I said, nice. I'm Dirty Dan was the original quote. I'm Dirty Dan. But I was like, I'm Denim Dan. I hoped it would be like a Chug Train thing and like catch on and then like Dan Delaney or others would be like anybody with a Dan name, like Danimal would be like, I'm Dirty Dan, but it didn't, or Denim Dan. It didn't catch on. Maybe it was just a little too arcane, but well, cool. Well, thank you, Ron, for coming on, jumping in and hanging out and telling us what you think of the shirts dropping.
Always a pleasure. Glad to see you. What's up to everybody in the chat? Always love to be here on Thursday nights with you guys, and you guys are part of the family routine now on Thursdays, and even my family goes back and watches the episodes, even if I'm not on them.
That's cool.
My boys are definitely digging it. So anytime you need me, brother, I'm here, and awesome. We'll catch you later.
Now I'm in the club.
Exactly, you're in the club. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to get out here in Denver. We'll find some Fandom Traveler locations. We'll have some fun, and we'll have a couple days twinning with some really badass shirts.
That's right. All right, sounds good. All
Take care,
we'll
brother.
Talk to you later. All right, bye, Ron. All right, yes, and Gabe corrects me. The Dr. Kelp is the Krusty Krab pizza episode. That's right. The Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for you and me. That one actually is probably one of the best episodes now that I'm thinking about it out loud. The pioneers used to ride these babies for miles. So good. Yeah, so good. That's right. I do remember I got the quote wrong. Hey, where's my drink? That was good. Good call out. good memory that you shared there, Gabe. If you are watching on Instagram times out live streams after an hour. So the show needs to end in under an hour if we're going to get the whole thing in on Insta. But thank you guys for coming out. It's been great hanging out with you. Maybe next week I'll have a co-host. And, I hope you guys enjoyed having a great week. It's always cool to hang out with you, to talk all things Roosevelt's. Please like and subscribe. Throw a comment down here about what your favorite shirt from the drops this week were. And until next time, I want to invite you guys to wear mighty things. So long, everybody.